Hello again. Well, can you remember I found Hansel and Gretel? I was going to read it for Moira. I found it, I got no pages in. None. And I went looking through my load of books and I found another copy. And I was talking to Moira and she said, well, this is the better one anyway. And in it, I think Flora must have claimed it because it's got her name in. But she did put, this book belonged to the Sweetmans family. Right, this book is illustrated by Claire Pound. Lovely illustrations. So, I'm going to begin. Hansel and Gretel lived with their father and stepmother in a little house near the wood. Their father was a woodcutter and he was very poor, and they were all very hungry. One day, Hansel and Gretel heard their father saying, "We have no money left and there is no more food for us to eat." "Then Hansel and Gretel cannot live here," said their stepmother. "We must leave them in the middle of the wood." "No," said the father. But the stepmother said, "But we must." Not all stepmothers are like that, some of them are lovely. Hansel and Gretel were listening at the door. "I have a plan," said Hansel, and went out to get some pebbles. The next day, they all went into the wood, and Hansel dropped pebbles. "Wait here," said the father. "We are going to collect wood." Hansel and Gretel waited all day. Then they followed the pebbles back home. The woodcutter was glad to see Hansel and Gretel, but the stepmother was angry. "There is not enough food for us all," she said. "We must take Hansel and Gretel deeper into the wood." "No," said the father, "we can't do that." "We must," said the stepmother. "This time they must not find their way home." Hansel's stepmother locked the door so Hansel couldn't get out and he couldn't collect any pebbles. Uh-oh. The next day, they all went deep into the wood. This time, Hansel dropped breadcrumbs onto the path. "Wait here," said the father. "We are going to collect wood." Hansel and Gretel waited all day. Then they looked for the breadcrumbs on the path. But all the birds had eaten the breadcrumbs. Hansel and Gretel went deeper into the wood and they walked for a very long time. In the middle of the wood, they found a house made of sweets and cakes. Oh, doesn't that look yummy, yummy, yummy? In the house lived a witch. Not all witches are like that either. The witch planned to eat Hansel and Gretel. Not a vegetarian then. She locked Hansel in a cage and gave him lots of food. Lucky Hansel. Soon he will be fat enough to eat, said the witch. Then I will cook him in the fire. Where is the fire? Said Gretel. Yeah, said the witch, and opened the oven door. I can't see a fire, said Gretel. The witch opened the oven door as wide as she could. Gretel pushed her in and locked the door. Ooh. Gretel let Hansel out of the cage. Look at all this money, said Gretel. We can take this home and buy food with it. Well, the witch was really nasty and she was going to eat Hansel, so I can see him doing that. After a long walk, Hansel and Gretel found their way home. Their father was very glad to see them. Your stepmother has gone, he said. So Hansel and Gretel and their father all lived happily ever after in their little house near the wood. And that is the end of that story. Now remember, that was written a long time ago and things have changed. I know some wonderful stepmothers and some wonderful people that they call themselves witches. So it is just a storybook. Take people as you find them. If they're good to you, be good to them. If they're nasty to you, walk on by. Go bye-bye. Gone. And just be kind to people. Be kind. If you see somebody struggling that don't have enough food, give them a bit of your sandwich. You know, it's not hard. Well, that's it for now. So that was Hansel and Gretel. Not this Hansel and Gretel that doesn't have any pages in it, but the other one. And I've still got a mug of tea so I can have a drink. Bye-bye for now.